Welcome to a new tutorial on how to import data in MySQL from one database into another. So while working with MySQL, you may need to move data from one MySQL database into another for various reasons. For example, for taking backups or merging two databases or any other reason. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can import the data from one MySQL database into another using an automation workflow. So this automation is going to send the data whenever you add the data in a row in a table in one database, the same row will be added in a different table in a different database automatically. This will save your time and your manual efforts, and we are going to set up this automation by using a automation and integration tool without any coding. So without any further ado, let's begin. So we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation and integration tool to set up this automation workflow. And this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. From here, you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automations. So you can just sign up right now from the given link in the description. After that, sign in and select Pabbly Connect product and you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. From here, click on this create workflow button. Here you can give a name to this workflow, then click on create. So I have given the name MySQL automation. Now click on create button and your workflow page is going to look like this, and here you will find these two modules, the trigger and the action, which are the basic building blocks of our automation workflow. Trigger is going to start the workflow and the action would be an automated consequence or the response of the trigger. In our use case, guys, we are adding data in a database in MySQL, okay, and we want, as we are going to add the data in one database, the same data will be transferred to another database, okay. So here we are going to connect with MySQL first, search for MySQL, then select the trigger event as new row in a table, then click on connect button. Okay, so here is my SQL's database in which I'm adding the data named as connect database, okay. And here is a table I have named as transaction details, okay. And here I have these details you can see in these two rows, okay. So I'm going to connect this database here by using add new connection option, okay. Select this, then it will ask for the database's username, the database's password, the host address. So you already have all these things. When you are setting up the database, you'll have the database name, you'll have the database password, and here you have to enter the database name and the port number. So my port number is 3306. Here you can see my host server is this SiteGround, and on the top search bar you can see the URL of the host server. You can just copy this and paste it here in this host field, and you just have to put it like this. Remove this leading HTTP address. Okay, this will be the host address without the ending slash, okay. And let me put the database name as well. Here you will find the database name, connect database is the name, and here is the name. You can see this is the label, this is the name. Just copy this name and paste it here. All right, after filling all these details, click on save and you will be connected with MySQL. Guys, actually in this host field you have to open your SQL's database, and here in the SQL's database in the top search bar you will see the host address. This is my host address actually, and you have to copy this and paste it here like this, okay. Then you have to click on save and you will be connected with MySQL. Alright, so we are now connected, and here it is asking to select the table's name. So my table's name is this, you can see transaction details is my table's name. So I'm going to select it here, okay. Then it is asking for the column ID, so you have to select a unique primary key column so we can fetch the new update records properly, okay. Usually you need to select your unique ID column here. So when you click here, it will show you the list of the columns that you have in the table. You can see these are the columns: ID, date, customer name, email, mobile number, amount. So you can select any column as the unique identifier for uh, this field. Okay, so I'm selecting ID column here. So in the ID column, we are just entering the number of row. So first row is 1, second row is 2. That's how we are going to we are entering the data here. So I'm selecting ID as the unique column, then click on Save and Send Test Request button, and the most recent row that you have added in the table will be fetched here in the response section. And here you can also read in the important note, MySQL trigger will check for updated rows in every 1 hour. Okay, so in every 1 hour, after every 1 hour, this workflow is going to trigger and check if there is any new row that you have added inside a table. And if you have added a row or any number of rows in that space of time in 1 hour, all the data will be fetched here and trigger the workflow. Okay, so here I'm clicking on Save and Send Test Request button, and you will see the most recent row was added here, and this is the data. You can see the column value, the ID is showing number 2. So here you can see the second row is fetched here. Test customer was the details of the customer. You can see test customer, email address, date, amount. Okay, so these are the transaction details of my customers that I'm saving in database, and it got fetched here. Now guys, I want to send these details in a different database that I have in MySQL, and that different database is this one, named as labeled as connect underscore backup. And here I have a table named as transaction underscore detail underscore backup. Okay, so here you can see this is a table, and this table is now empty. Let us connect this table here or this database here in this action step. So I'm going to search for MySQL again, and now I'm going to choose the action event as insert row. Okay, select insert row option, then click on connect button. From here we have to choose new connection again, because we are connecting with a different database right now. And here the credential will also be the difference. Username and the password will be different for the different database. Host will be the same. So host address will be the same like this. Database name, you can see the database name here in your server. Here is the database name. Let me show you. Connect backup. This is the database name. Just paste it here. Port name will also be the same. Okay, now let me fill the username and the password. Alright, so I have filled all the details, and here I'm clicking on save, and I'll be connected with a different database now. So we are now connected, and here it started showing tables name. So we have only one table named as transaction details backup. Okay, and here it started showing all these column headers: ID, date, customer care, customer name, email, mobile number, and the amount. These are the same columns I have defined here also in this table. So when you create a table in which you want to import the data from a different database, you must have the same columns as you have in the previous database, because the data should be imported properly. Okay, so we are synchronizing two databases, so you must create the same columns as well. Okay, so I have created the same columns, and now we can map this data that we have received here in the first step into the second step. Okay, so we have received these columns. We have received these labels in which we have received the data. Now I'm going to map the labels here. So in that ID, I'm going to map the ID. You just have to click here, and the previous step will appear in the drop down, and when you click on it, you will see the data right here. From here, just click on the labels and it will be mapped like this. So let me map the date, the customer's name, email address, mobile number, and the amount. Okay, so guys, when you map the labels like this, what will happen in real time after setting up this automation, whenever you are going to add the row in one database, the labels will be updated automatically and the right data or new data will be sent to the other database that you are synchronizing here. Okay, that's why it is necessary to map the values, not manually fill the values. And you have to set up this automation only once, and after that you do not even have to open this workflow. It will work automatically whenever you are going to add data in one database in MySQL, which is connected in the trigger. Okay. Now guys, let's check our connection with SQL's second database by clicking on Save and Send Test Request button. You can send this data that you have mapped here inside this new transaction details backup database. Let me just click on Save and Send Test Request button. This is the response we have received. State as a success. Here, let me show you the data. I am just going to refresh the database. And here you can see, guys, we got the data. And this is the same data. You can see test customer. This is the date. This is the mobile number and the amount. And these are the same details that we have mapped here. Okay. So connection is working fine and we are done setting up this automation. You can use this workflow, guys, as I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description, and you can clone this workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, if you want to connect with our support team, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask and discuss your queries on our forum via this link. And you can check the pricing plans of Pabbly Connect via pabbly.com/connect #pricing. And guys, if you like our videos, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.